a lot of people that watch us aren't subscribed. So please, if you enjoy what we do here, hit that subscribe button. What did you think of the Billy Jack Haynes Dark Side of the Ring?
Well, I'd always heard clips of Billy being a little bit off and saying some wild things. And man, watching this episode really confirmed all that. Just the stories about the America's Most Wanted murder of the two kids, where it seemed like he tried to interject himself saying he was there, but there was no proof that he was there. And all these wild stories that made no sense other than the fact that he would try to draw attention to himself possibly. And, usually when you see old time wrestlers like that, you're thinking they're looking for one more run, right? They're trying to get something, but it's like, man, Billy was like years and years past his prime when he was already saying this stuff. So I do wonder about his mental health watching this. It was very interesting. I had missed a preview for this last week when, because my fast forward works a little fast sometimes on the Sling app, and I was going through commercials and I just missed the preview of this. I didn't realize he was going to be actually doing the interview from prison. And I thought that was pretty wild. And you had actually said something about that last week, and it kind of went one ear out the other. But yeah, this was one of the more interesting Dark Side episodes ever, I think, just for that reason, for the fact they did it while he was in prison. And this guy, he looked like a superstar back in the day. And, I liked Billy Jack Haynes as a kid when I first saw him. But then you see, like, this how his physique changed over time, and then you eventually, like I said, you see these wild, crazy stuff and the stuff he was doing in the shoot interviews and saying. And then, whatever. I mean, I don't know if the man killed his wife or didn't, but just the fact all this stuff is happening, it's just very, very sad and bizarre.
Yeah, this is one of the, safe to say, the weirder episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. They've covered a variety of topics, but you have a lot of things going on here. I had heard from the creator that Billy Jack reached out to them because he wanted to do an episode, which is interesting because as we see during the episode, his lawyer's there and there's certain things he can't talk about. So it's almost, why do this? And then you just have the collection of crazy things he's said over the years. There was somebody featured in this episode that had told him about a story. And then not too long after he told him about that story, Billy Jack went somewhere else trying to put himself in that story. And the guy's like, Billy Jack wouldn't have known. He didn't know about that before I told him about it. We hear it a lot with Hulk Hogan where, he tells a lot of, and people never know what to chop it up to. Is it them lying? Is it wrestler brain where they've just forgotten things? With Billy, like you said, it's got to be mental illness. It's got to be a little wrestler brain. And a lot of it is, why is he doing it? So I found this to be a weird watch. I watched it once. I want to go back and watch it again to kind of, I don't know, get the point of the episode. What do you think Billy Jack's point of doing this episode was?
Again, the same thing that why would you try to put yourself in these scenarios that no one else would want to? I think it's just, there's something in his life where he's constantly starved for attention combined with just his overall mental health status.
Do you think it's like a wrestler thing where he just needs attention and he just programmed his mind to say whatever to get attention? Or do you think he believes anything he says?
It's quite possible. I really would say that I think Billy Jack Haynes has some severe mental health issues. So I would not be shocked if he believes a lot of what he's saying.
The whole story's crazy. If you enjoyed what you saw here, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, get it around, because we really enjoy talking wrestling.